Hello sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we're going to go over Week 3 NFL Power Rankings. So going over last week's rankings, which I was actually not able to make into a video, but last week's rankings at number 10, I had the Detroit Lions. They lost to the Seahawks 37-31 in overtime. 9 was the Bengals, they lost to the Ravens 27-24. 8 was the Bills, they demolished the Raiders by a score of 38-10. 7 was the Jets, they were clobbered by the Cowboys 30-10. 6 was the Jaguars, they lost to the Chiefs 17-9. 5 was the Cowboys, they destroyed the Jets 30-10. 4 was the Dolphins, they beat the Patriots 24-17. 3 was the Chiefs, they beat the Jaguars 17-9. 2 was the Eagles, who defeated the Vikings 34-28. And 1 was the 49ers, who beat the Rams 30-23. So this week's rankings, at number 10, I've got the Saints. So the Saints are 2-0 after they beat the Panthers 20-17 on Monday Night Football. Their defense was great and didn't allow a touchdown until there was under 2 minutes left in the game. And that was the first touchdown the Saints allowed all season. So they went a little over 118 minutes to open up the season without allowing a touchdown. Their offense is still trying to find its form under Derek Carr at quarterback, but the Saints, behind their defense, is 2-0, and they check in at number 10. Number 9, we've got another South team, that is the Buccaneers. So the Bucs are a surprise team that are currently 2-0. They beat the Vikings in Week 1, and now they beat the Bears 27-17 this past week. The passing offense has been a big surprise for the Buccaneers, as Baker Mayfield threw for 317 yards in the win over the Bears, and 171 of those yards went to Mike Evans, who's been great so far to start the season. And the defense was also great for the Buccaneers, and it has been a bright spot for them through the first 2 weeks. And after a 2-0 start, the Buccaneers enter at 9. 8 is the Jaguars. They dropped from 6-8 after a 17-9 loss to the Chiefs. The Jaguars' defense was able to hold the Chiefs to just 17 points, but their offense was not good, scoring just 9 points. Trevor Lawrence was sacked 9 times, and the red zone offense was also non-existent, as the Chargers went 0-for-3 in the red zone. They also were not good on third down. So I'm dropping the Jaguars from 6-8. Not a ton, because I still think they're a great team. They lost to the defending Super Bowl champions. Obviously, the Chiefs are a very good team. So the Jaguars, they fall from number 6 to number 8. 7, we've got the Ravens. They beat the Bengals by a score of 27-24. The Ravens were banged up, already without Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Williams, and 2 players along the offensive line. They also lost OBJ during the game, even though his injury is not serious. But the Ravens still found a way to get the win. They were good offensively. Lamar Jackson was great. 237 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns, and he also added 54 rushing yards. And the Ravens' defense, despite being banged up, was pretty good against the good Bengals offense. And the Ravens are 2-0 and enter my rankings at number 7. Number 6, we've got the Bills. They had a huge bounce-back performance as they dominated the Raiders, winning 38-10. They showed they're still a great team and the team we expected them to be coming into the season. Josh Allen followed up a 3-interception game with a 274-yard, 3-touchdown performance with no interceptions. The Bills also ran the ball very effectively with second-year back James Cook, who had 17 carries for 123 yards. And the Bills' defense was also very good, forcing 3 turnovers and allowing just 10 points. A big bounce-back performance for the Bills after a loss to the Jets to open the season. They move up to number 6 after their big win. 5 is the Cowboys. They've remained number 5 after a good 30-10 win over the Jets. Their defense was dominant, as usual, forcing 4 turnovers, 3 of them being Zach Wilson interceptions. They also had 3 sacks and only allowed 10 points. The Cowboys' offense was good, not great, but I mean, they were facing a really good Jets defense and still would put up 30 points. And now, the Cowboys have been dominant so far as they've outscored both New York teams by a combined score of 70-10. And because of how dominant they have been so far, I can definitely see the argument for having them higher than 5, but I'm sticking with them at number 5. Number 4, we've got the Dolphins. So the Dolphins beat the Patriots 24-17 on Sunday Night Football. Their offense didn't put up 36 points this week, but was still very good. Raheem Mostert ran for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the pass game was good. There was a lot of quick, short passes, but it was effective for the Dolphins. And defensively, they were great through the first 3 quarters before they gave up 14 in the 4th. But the Dolphins team that has gotten 2 road wins to open up the season, and they check in at number 4. Number 3 is the Chiefs. They remain at 3 after a 17-9 victory over the Jaguars. Now, the Chiefs' offense wasn't great, scoring just 17 points. They moved the ball well, as they had nearly 400 yards of total offense, but only 17 points. And Travis Kelce also had a quiet game as he returned from his knee injury, with just 4 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown. Now, the offense is still trying to get going. The Chiefs' defense has been good, and their defense allowed only 9 points. Chris Jones had a big game in his season debut with a sack and a half, a tackle for loss, and a pass deflection. And the Chiefs picked up their first win of the season, and the defending champs enter at number 3. Number 2 is the Eagles, so they improved to 2-0 on season after they beat the Vikings by a score of 34-28. They ran the ball extremely effectively as a team with 259 yards and 3 touchdowns, and 175 of those yards came from DeAndre Swift, who had a monster game. Defensively, the Eagles weren't amazing, giving up 28 points, but they forced and recovered 4 fumbles. So the Eagles weren't amazing, but they improved to 2-0 on the season and enter my rankings at number 2. And number 1, it is the San Francisco 49ers. They improved to 2-0 in the season with their 30-23 win over the Rams. It wasn't an easy win for the 49ers this week, but they found a way to get the win. They weren't great throwing the ball. Brock Purdy overthrew some receivers and missed on some throws, but they ran the ball very effectively with 157 yards and 5.7 yards a carry as a team. So the 49ers, not a great performance, but a good performance, and they remain at number 1 in my Week 3 NFL Power Rankings. Up next, they face the Giants on Thursday Night Football. But those are my Week 3 NFL Power Rankings. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. I do my best to post as often as possible. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my rankings, disagree, and why. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn notifications so I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.